故事的分享，思维的碰撞，经验的交流。谁来早餐？名人访谈录专访加州现任财政部长马世云女士。大家好，我是华兴保险的张国兴。今天很高兴在我们这个早餐的会客室里面，我们请到了一位我们在加州对我们来讲生活里面非常息息相关的一位好朋友马世云马女士到我们节目里面来，跟大家今天来聊聊的这个她的日常生活。那我们先来介绍一下我们这个马世云好了。那这个很多人都已经知道，我们加州的财务长是一个华裔的女性，那非常成功的一个华裔女性。那可是呢，我刚看了一下她的资料里面有 mention 到我们马女士的她的实际上的父亲的那一辈跟祖父的那一辈，实际上都是在为了我们这个华人朋友在抗日的期间，尤其是祖父的那一辈，在抗日期间都是我们的这个三个人，他的祖父的三兄弟都投笔从戎，报效国家，在抗日的时候都是做了非常多的贡献，而且都已经官拜将军之类的。所以说呢，他的这个祖父曾经是在护国的大英雄。他的父亲在1950年的时候来到美国，取得了他的 PhD 的博士学位，那时候定居在纽约。那我相信呢，马女士也是在那个时候在我们这个美国出生的这个第二代优秀的青年人。
Yeah, so my grandfather was one of 3 brothers, and they were all generals in the army. And my birth grandfather was actually the first mayor of Kunming. So if you go to Kunming, you still see a lot of buildings and restaurants named after him. So somewhere in my genes, in my blood, I did have some political blood in me from my grandparents on my father's side. Yeah, so my dad really wants to take the bullet train, the high-speed train from either Beijing or Shanghai to Kunming. So I promised him after the pandemic we would go. So let's go, Kenny.
I will follow and I will carry the luggage for you. We're talking about the family. I know your husband and also is your tall, handsome guy, and also he is one of the heroes in our mind. So can you introduce your husband? What he do? What he for service for the community?
Yes, thank you. So my husband is a firefighter with Ventura County. He has been doing it 17 years now, and he's also part of a federal response team. So when there are federal fires on federal land, he and his team, if they could roster, meaning if they could all get together, there's about 50 of them, they will go and fight fires in other states. He just got back from 3 weeks in New Mexico by Taos, helping to fight that fire.
那实际上呢，这个我们马世云女士的 Fiona 的话，是我们现在目前加州的财务长。那做我们的财务长当然任重道远。
给我们介绍一下加州财务长有哪些工作呢？
Sure. So I am the state treasurer. So all of the money comes into my bank. I am the state banker. Last year, $3.2 trillion came into our office. I invest the state's idle funds as well as the idle funds for 22 local government units. And I issue all the bonds for the state of California, revenue bonds, general obligation bonds, as well as for the UC and CSU systems. So that's my main 3 functions. I also chair 15 boards and commissions like Cal Savers. I provide financing funding for affordable housing, hospitals, children's hospitals and clinics, schools, public transportation, green energy, advanced manufacturing, and I have my 3 savings programs. So I am very, very busy. The money does come into my office, and after 25 years in this business, I understand where the money is, how to access it, how to cut through the red tape, and I've been spending my last 3.5 years doing that outreach, especially to small business owners. There is still money coming from the federal government this year in small business loans and grants. And as they roll out, I would love to continue to let your audience know what these available programs are as early as possible so that they can prepare their paperwork. When the money is available, sometimes it's competitive and you have to push that button. And if you're not ready with all of your paperwork uploaded, then you're going to lose out on this free grant money. So there is more money coming this year.
So that is other than the state, also federal have this kind of program, try to help all of the small business owner to survive success. So you are, if the money coming in and you are the first hand, you know the information.
Yes, because the federal government allocates the money to the states, usually based on the census population.
Yes.
So important every 10 years that we register everybody in the state because we get our allocation from the federal government based on our population. So it comes to the state and then we create the programs and then we push it out to the constituents, residents.
通货膨胀严重，您对加州居民有什么建议呢？
Right. Well, yes, inflation means that things are going to cost more, right? So gas prices are high, not only because of Ukraine, but inflation. So think about ways to carpool. If you have the option to telework, right? Put off those vacations using your big RVs. Right now, try to save some money. Credit card purchases are also going to cost more money. So think about saving, not spending so much at this time until inflation goes down. But your house, we all know your house is an equity builder, right? Housing prices don't typically go down in California. They continue to go up. So if you could save money to buy a house in a good neighborhood, buy good schools, I'm sure that property is going to pay off over the years. So I would say still put your money into real estate.
加州储蓄者 KCAL Savers 退休储蓄计划6月30日截止。重要消息提醒。
Yeah, so June 30th is the deadline. If you employ 5 or more employees and do not offer a retirement savings account, you will have to register with calsavers.com, which I manage with a public board. And once you register your employees, there is no other financial or legal liability. These accounts stay with your employees, even if they leave the company, if they go to part-time, if they take the leave of absence, they belong to them. You no longer have to be responsible, which is a game changer for small businesses. Because small businesses, we want to provide the best retirement and healthcare and benefits, but retirement systems and programs are complicated, they're costly, and this is a way to help your employees save for retirement. You're doing something for them, but you don't have that liability after you register them. You know, all of the employees have access online in real time to their own account, so they can adjust their investment options. They can take money out if they need. They can put more money in as they need. So it's very, very flexible.
I told a lot of the business owner, especially they are the restaurant owner or that kind of boba shop. They have so many employees, but in and out, maybe 2-3 months have the employee in and out. So that is really difficult to management for that kind of account if you have the 401k. But if you join with CalSaver, everything like the state to handle for you, and you just doing the some kind of paperwork, that will be enough, right? So you don't need to worry about the
register your employees, and then we take over.
听说加州529教育基金有新的变化。
Yeah, so this is another program that I manage, Scholarshare 529, and it really is to encourage parents to save for their child's higher education, college, so that they don't have to go into high student loan debt. Right now, I think the average student loan debt across the nation is about $36,000 per child, but some have more, depending if they're going to go and be a doctor, for example. A lawyer requires additional education. So what I suggest is when a child is born, I tell the parents, open up a Scholarshare 529. It's very easy. Then send around the gift link to all of your friends and encourage them to put money into your Scholarshare 529, right? Kids outgrow clothes. They playing video games. I mean, let's really invest. And then I say, I will give you money for your baby shower or, baby birthday if you open up an account and send me the gift link. So that's what we're doing to encourage parents. If you put $100 in every month for 18 years, that money could grow to $68,000. So it's expensive to go to college, but at least that is helping. If you put more, it'll continue to grow. So we really want people to do that. And then we recently changed the law. Now, if your child wants to go to an apprenticeship program, right? Maybe your kid doesn't want to go to a community college or a four-year college, but they want to, be a welder or a plumber or a builder. They can now use money to go to an apprenticeship program. And if there's extra money left, you can now help other family members pay down up to $10,000 in their student loan debt. So those are changes. And then the third change is it is exempt from bankruptcy law. So if your parents face bankruptcy, the courts now cannot take that 529 money to pay back debt. That money stays for that child's college education. So those are three important changes we made to the program.
您的幸福生活之道是什么？
Yeah, so my parents believed in saving. So when we were born, my parents started saving for us from birth. And when we went to college, we could use the money for college, to buy a house, or to start a business. And so even after college, I still had money and I put it as a down payment for a 2-unit building. And I think having that peace of mind, not worrying about retirement, knowing that you have an asset in case you need it to refinance in the future, has really given me peace of mind that I don't have to worry. I am now 56 years old, thinking about retirement, but I have put in a lot of money over the years since I've been working to maximize my retirement. So I would encourage everyone to continue to save for yourselves, for your kids, for your next generation, right, Kenny? When you know that you have money and you're financially secure, I think you sleep better at night. And then you can pursue your passions. Because sometimes what you're passionate about isn't going to make money. So that's always the yin and the yang, is if you can make money doing something you're passionate about, then I think you've got it figured out. So for many of us, we work a job, but that's not really what we want to do every day, but it pays the bills so we can go and do what we want to do, travel, eat, right? Take pictures, art. So try to combine as much as you can, because ultimately, we have one life on this planet. We want to make the most of it. We want to live a life of purpose. And I would say giving back, thinking about other people, helping other people, I think will make you feel better that we are all here together, living together, helping each other. We want each other to succeed, and that creates a longer, happier life.
我的解释，在你工作的时候，认真的工作，一定要存钱，不管你现在有钱没钱，一定要把你的可以剩下的钱存起来，让这个钱加上那个时间去帮你 investment， 让你在你要退休的时候没有任何后顾之忧。当你行有余力的时候，把你多下来的钱想一想，还有什么社区里面还有什么地方需要你去帮助的，把你的时间，把你的钱，当你可以到不一定是要退休，当你有能力的时候，就可以开始来回馈社区，让你因为你这样子做，你会没有后顾之忧，因为你的 saving 会让你没有后顾之忧，可是让你去帮助你的社区，会让你得到一种成就感。所以说，让我们大家一起来做同样的事情，让我们这个每一天的生活都能够更好。就是从现在开始要存钱， 当你有足够的钱的时候，开始做善事，这样子我们一起来回馈我们的这个社区，回馈我们这个国家。今天很谢谢我们的 Fiona 到我们节目里面来跟大家分享，谢谢。